What's up, guys? So today I walked out in the garden and I saw the most exciting thing. I have my first ranunculus bloom. So let me show you. It's so pretty. And there's another one. Along our gate we also have some daffodils that are sprouting and some hyacinths. So
That one blue?
yep, that one's bloom. This one. And then our blueberry bushes up here are also starting to, their buds are starting to open, which is awesome. The last time I left you guys, I was working on this middle row right here, and so that's what I've come outside to do. So I have this middle row, and I had started adding the soil and compost mixture. I'm actually lining it up with this bed, so it'll start and have this whole pathway from here down that way would be a walkway, and it's not going to be as wide as the beds. I'm thinking I'm only going to make it 2 feet because right now the beds are 3 feet, but I'm thinking this is as about as far as I will leave it so that I can have a good amount of space on each side. And I'm thinking this is where I'm going to plant my potatoes. It's a really beautiful day outside. We actually, my husband, while I was gone, the holes that my neighbor had dug for us, my husband went ahead and put the plants or the trees inside of them. And this one, let me show you. This one right here, the buds are just absolutely blooming on this plum. I have to prune it, and I actually need to fill in the soil on them, but they are sitting inside of the holes, but we need to backfill. Everything that I've transplanted as far as my brassicas are looking excellent, so I'm excited about that. I have some larkspur sitting out here. This was a 72 count tray. 72 count tray, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only about 6 sprouted. 1 died here. Well, there's one right there. Yeah. And then these are bells of Ireland that I have sitting out here, and not a lot of them sprouted either, but they're cool weather flowers, so I'm going to get them planted in the ground soon, but not today. What I'm going to be working on is this middle to get the wood chips down on the sides, because this is going to be my potato row, and I have potatoes that I want to get planted very soon. Okay, so this is what I've got done so far. I've added a little bit more compost on the right side. And then I started filling in the the wood chips on either side right here. And this right here, I'm thinking is going to be the opening to our gate. I got this bench thrifting, it's so cute. But so looking from this angle, thinking our gate is going to come in right here, and so that in-ground raised bed is going to stop at the edge of this bed, and this will all be a pathway. And I think I'm going to have arched trellises. But so far I think it's turning out really well, the in-ground bed. And like I said, this is where I'm going to plant potatoes. I'm 90% sure that's where I'm planting potatoes. And it's going to be obviously a no-dig type bed. My husband is working on filling the rest of the raised beds that weren't completely full, and I'm actually going to be taking a break to drop my son off at baseball practice, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back. I was just going ahead and counting how many empty beds I have left.
Right now I have 22 of these 3x6 beds that I haven't planted anything in, and then all the way in the back I have 3 more beds that I haven't even laid out yet. So right now that's a total of 25 beds. I'm not sure how many I'll end up with all together at the end. I do know I'll need a few more to complete this space, because right now, let me turn you around. Right now on the left side of the cross, there are 2 beds, and on the right side there's only 1 row of beds. So I definitely think I'll be adding in another row of beds where this compost is at in this topsoil once we clear that. And then behind it, I think I'm going to be adding all the way down a trellis, and maybe that's where my tomatoes would be, but still thinking about that. But as you can see from back here, all of the beds are completely filled. I am still just working on putting more cardboard down. I still have all that cardboard over there down the middle here, all the way down to right about where this tote's at. So I still have quite a bit of way to go. And then I'll start working down the middle here. We do have grass starting to grow back. This is where my chickens were. And we have grass starting to grow back over here as well. I was debating whether or not I wanted to put the chickens back in here to eat down this grass. I'm not sure if I will or not, but it's a thought. Or I'll just end up putting the cardboard down and putting the wood chips on top. Okay, I finished filling in this. That's how long the bed's gonna be. I'm not exactly sure how long that is. I haven't measured, but I think I'm gonna call it quits on this project for today. So I like how it's turning out so far. I just need to add some more compost mixture down at the ends. I started adding to make it higher right down here, but then it gets lower as it keeps going down. I probably will take a measuring tape out here and see how long this bed is, so I know how many potato plants I can plant in here. But like I was saying, this is going to be our pathway from the entrance of the garden, and so that's why I stopped it right there. But then I may continue an in-ground bed right here going to the back where we're gonna close off or fence off the gate. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I'm glad I have that one done, and I'm getting it ready for the potatoes, so that's exciting. I am sitting in the garden now watching the sunset. It's been setting probably about 6:30. Right now it's about almost 5:30, and I'll have to go get my son back from practice around 6:30, but I have to leave around 6, so in like 30 minutes. But it just feels beautiful out here. It feels like spring. I'm really excited about how this bed is turning out, and I'm looking forward to seeing stuff grow in there and just envisioning how everything's going to look. I'm just really excited. It was about 60, I think 65 degrees today, so I have the sweater on. Of course, now the sun's going down, so it is cooler. I had my tomatoes outside today and yesterday, just getting them ready, acclimated to outside temperatures. I actually had to trim back my basil this morning because they were just so long, and so I trimmed them back so that they could bush out, and so I did that as well. What else did I do? I don't think I did anything else as far as with my my starts that I have inside the house. Was thinking that I need to do is actually go back and look at my email and figure out, I believe I ordered my strawberry plants and my asparagus from Johnny's, if I'm not mistaken, but I have to look on my email and verify that, and also verify when they're coming, because I know it said in March, but I don't remember exactly when. And so I have to get ready for that, because once they get here, I want to get them right into the ground, and I'll be planting them in that cross bed right there. I know I won't be planting all of them there because they won't fit. I've ordered 500 strawberry starts, bare roots, and 100 asparagus. But I'll be planting probably around 200 could fit, probably strawberry, 200 to 300 strawberry starts. Have to work out where I want to plant the asparagus and the rest of the strawberries. I know I'll plant maybe some 50 strawberry roots inside of containers, like the Dollar Tree containers I'll plant some in those, because the ones I have up at the top of the garden is doing really well. They actually have like 2 strawberries on there forming, that they're green, they're not red yet, but that's exciting. So I'll be planting strawberries in containers. Asparagus, they're going to come back every year, and I won't be harvesting them this year, but that's just something yet you have to be sure when you plant it in the ground where it's going to go. And so just have to think more on that. I'm so excited for spring. This weather is definitely, it has not froze in the night for like 2 weeks, I feel like. And it's been beautiful. It's been in the 60s and the 50s at night as a high Fahrenheit. And I think last night was like in the high 40s, like maybe 45. I know, of course, it's going to freeze again before April 2nd, but just to have the nice, beautiful weather has been a blessing. I'm so excited about it. It makes spending time in the garden and getting this stuff done real exciting. I don't remember if I told you guys, but the fence we're thinking about building around to close on the other 2 sides of this garden is the same type of fence as the one we have on the perimeter of this side of our house. So we had priced the 4x4 post, and then so we're thinking about doing the 4x4 post along this side, stopping to have a what's it called, a gate right here, and then with an arch and maybe growing grapes along it, then coming back and then closing at the back, and then closing right before you see that first tree back there. That is a pecan tree, or if y'all say pecan tree, and then letting it go across that way to the gate. And I believe that when I measured it, I feel like it was like 93 feet from our front entrance, and then what was it, 36 or 33 feet going across, something like that. But we would just need to fill in the 2 sides, and then this is woven wire fencing. And we checked like a lot of places, and they didn't have this specific in 4 feet. So they had it like in 5 feet, but I wanted it to match. But they did have the welded wire. The reason why I didn't want to get the welded wire is because I've heard that it snaps over time, and if I'm building this, I just want it to last. So, and I want it to match what we already have. I wouldn't be putting the top, our top fence has a ledge, so I wouldn't be putting a ledge on it, but I'll be using the wood, and then the woven wire fencing is what we're planning on doing right now. That's our plan, and definitely want to get it done before I have to plant my tomatoes, because back here is where I want to plant my tomatoes, and definitely want to keep it protected from our dogs. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys next time.